In this video, we will review the idea of percent change. So suppose x increases from an initial value of 8 to a final value of 12. I have these initial and final values represented by line segments down here. So if x increases from 8 to 12, we can represent that change in value using a vector. So we'll draw a vector like that to represent the change. And that change in x, delta x, is equal to the final value of x, 12, minus the initial value, 8. And therefore, x changes by 4. So if x increases from 8 to 12, then we can say x changes by 4. Now it's common to compare this change in x to our initial value of x. So I'm going to attempt to draw xi, or our initial value of x, so our segment there, and then I'll redraw this change in x right here. So recall that the initial value of x is 8, and our change in x was 4. So it's common to compare this change in x to our initial value of x. And therefore, if we do this, we can say that delta x is 4/8, which is equal to 0.5, times as large as, and I'll abbreviate that, times as large as our initial value of x. So that change in x is half as large as our initial value of x. And therefore, we can say that delta x is 50% of our initial value of x. So 4 is 50% of 8. Now, since our change in x is 50% of our initial value of x, we say that x changed by 50%. So x changed by 50%. And we say that this 50% is the percent change in the value of x. So anytime we talk about percent change, we're referring to the measure of the change in the value in units of 1% of the initial value of that quantity.